All right, so before I get into today's topic that I do have, let me get to my low and my high max of kindness. Oh, by the way, in case you're wondering, I'm wearing shorts. I feel like wearing shorts right now. Anyway, so my low is the fact that there was a slight change in plans when it came to what was supposed to happen last night. I mean, nothing major or anything. It's just, I wanted to have like a nice family. I mean, we were going to have pizza and wings anyway. But my father couldn't go because he got a call from my brother who, they want to go out to dinner. So he has to, I say watch my nephews. My nephews are practically all asleep right now at that hour. This is like at 7 o'clock at night. Oh yeah, they go to bed really early. So really, he was just gonna watch TV or something. So it was just me and my mom. But my high is I did get to see them both, and my act of kindness was I helped set up and clear the table yesterday. I did that, and yeah, it really was about it. So good morning and happy Saturday, everybody. So here we are. Remember, Horseheads did in fact have a bye yesterday because they were the number one seed in the section, thankfully. Meaning Vestal had to play against Union-Endicott. I just saw the scores, and Union-Endicott won very handily, 28-7. Now, with that said, it looks as if for the Section 4 title, it's going to be between my Horseheads Blue Raiders and the Union-Endicott Tigers. Now, if you've been watching as of up till now, you'll notice that Horseheads is the number one seed for a reason. Because they beat Union-Endicott earlier. Which they, let's do what we did last time, right? No. See, if there is anything that I've learned in my many years of watching sports, it's that anyone can beat any opponent on any given day. Take when we lost to Owego just last week, for example. There is no way we should have lost that game, but we did. And I really hope that the Horseheads Blue Raiders use that as a lesson and use whatever they learned going forward. Because, and I probably was alluding to this last time I talked about this, I'm concerned. Because when a team has a loss like that, it's an omen. Now, normally, when an omen appears under any circumstances for anything, there are two ways to go about handling yourself. You could let everything play out and hope that whatever bad thing comes to fruition isn't as bad as you think it is. Or you could try and do something about it. Now, I am beyond confident that the Horseheads Blue Raiders will never make that mistake twice. But you can never be too sure. Because again, anyone can beat any opponent on any given day. So, I tried muddling this over. And I went back to my the 5 things that Horseheads has to do to beat Union-Endicott. Now, logic would dictate that again, since we beat Union-Endicott before, we just have to do it all again. Here's the thing. If there's one thing anyone in Section 4 knows about Union-Endicott, it's that they are extremely adaptable. And they will find a way to make sure if they lose, they don't lose again. In fact, it actually happened during the Horseheads Union-Endicott game last time. I mean, yeah, we dominated that first half. And technically, yes, we dominated the second half. But for the most part, they left us completely scoreless. Who's to say that's not going to happen in the first half next time? Even if we are home, anything can happen. So the most important thing I could tell you, if any Horseheads Blue Raiders are watching this, I'm sure some of you probably are because your teachers are some friends of mine and they watch my videos. Because either some of them are my peers or I had them as teachers too. It's kind of neat actually. Anyway, do not get overconfident because overconfidence leads to hubris, and hubris can easily lead to a downfall. You can't let that happen to you. Now, in terms of some of the things that you did last time that you can do again, that will work. For starters, there was a huge decrease in the amount of penalties that you guys got from week to week. And I thought you guys played as clean of a game as any. You got to do that again. You have to make sure you know all of your assignments and do your job. That's how you definitely, because trust me, penalties can be the reason why a team loses a game. You can't let that happen to you. Another thing you have to do, and I'm going to keep pounding this in until the cows come home. If you have any questions about what you have to do, or if you're just feeling nervous about the game in the coming days or whatever, please go to your coaches for help. Because trust me, they relish when you ask them for help. They love it. It's their job to help you. It doesn't even need to be for football either, because remember, pretty much all of your coaches are teachers. So even if it's academic related, or even if it's just for the sake of having a nice conversation, do it. Trust me. They love it seriously, teachers, I have a bunch of teacher friends, okay? Not just at Horseheads, but everywhere, all right? They love it when students walk up to them to come and talk. They love that. In fact, I guarantee that there are some teachers from Horseheads who are watching this now, like, listen to the crazy guy in the blue robe. Yeah, so I won't go so far as saying I'm crazy. Although, technically this getup does not do me any favors. In terms of other things that will work, your defense, whoever you guys on defense were outstanding. If you go after Union-Endicott with the same mentality as last time, as in you're going to get after the football, you're not letting them gain a yard on any of that stuff, you got them. I said this before and I'll say this again. This is the best defense I've ever seen Horseheads have. And again, it goes back to the Corning game, where Corning's masterful misdirection was completely thwarted by you guys' ability to not quit. And you didn't. You kept saying, no, you're not running those crazy tricks on us. We're going to stop you. Guess what? That mentality will work on Union-Endicott. Because remember, Union-Endicott loves to revel in the fact that they think they're bigger than you and better than you and stronger than you and meaner than you. And they think you're just going to give up and roll over. You didn't do that last time though, did you? No, you didn't. There's a reason why you guys won that game. Because you completely messed with their minds. They thought you guys were going to roll over for them, but you didn't. And guess what? You got to do that again. But here's the catch. Whatever you did last time, you have to go even further than that. You got to go, you know what? You got to go berserk. You got to go crazy. Like what you showed them last time was that you're not just going to simply roll over. This time, you have to dominate and proclaim yourselves as the alpha team of Section 4. Because I'll let you know right now, because right now, Union-Endicott just believes that lightning struck once. They know you're not going to give up. Can you do it again, but go even harder, though, is the question. You're just going to have to say it. You're just going to have to work hard on that. And that's another thing. Work smart, not hard. Again, Ask important questions. Talk to each other as both teammates. Talk to your coaches. Do anything you can to mentally prepare. Any coach is going to tell you that football is just as mental as it is physical. Sorry, I have to post an nasal drip. I'm sorry. And then we got to go to who everyone in Section 4 believes to be the main man. Number 33 of the Horseheads Blue Raiders. If there was ever a game where you got to have your finest hour, it's this one. Although, if you guys do wind up winning, you do go to, the state tournament, every game is going to have to be your finest hour after that. But, you know what I mean. Last time I said you have to have it be a shootout between, I think it was number 10 of Union-Endicott and number 33 of Horseheads. Naturally, of course, I'm choosing number 33. But whatever tricks you guys... Well, one of the main reasons why Horseheads won was because you actually took my advice and you used 33, but not too much. At number 12, he was very good. He definitely gained you some yards. So between your quarterback and your running back, number 12 and number 33, you guys have a two-headed monster, which is great. Here's the thing, though. The more heads a monster has, the bigger the target is, and the easier it is to cut off the heads. They're going to try and shut you guys down. I will say, number 12, your passing game, better. Best I saw last time. You got to make it happen again. For sure. Number 65. The big guy. Yeah. Fun fact, 65 was actually my number. So, a little fun fact for you. That sack you had, that's like chef's kiss levels of awesome. Like, try and go for 2 sacks this time, man. You were great. Let's see. Anything else I can add? Well, I guess in the words of a great coach from Horseheads, ask yourselves the question, is what you're doing getting you what you want? Now, up to this point, you could say, yeah, it does. How far is that going to take you? Never, ever question yourself on how you feel. But it also never hurts to have a second opinion from someone. That's why I'm giving you guys the message right now. Let's see. Any other factors? Oh, right. The Rowdy Raiders. I said last time that you guys gotta go crazy. And you did. And it was awesome. That guy was waving the giant flag. I saw you, bro. You knew what you were doing. You gotta go even crazier. You know what? I wouldn't be surprised if any of the Rowdy Raiders writing this down, go crazy. Here's another thing you can add down. We, astronauts better be hearing you from space. Okay, that's how loud you gotta be. From space. That's what you gotta do. Once more with feeling. That's what you gotta do. Honestly, you guys are the real deal. I wholeheartedly believe you guys can win this. But don't think this is going to be a cakewalk. Never think a game is going to be a cakewalk. In fact, I get the feeling you probably thought that against Owego, and what wound up happening. I know you don't want that to happen again. So, just remind yourselves, don't. If you make any mistakes during the week, try and learn from them. Talk to each other. Be there for one another. I want to end this with a story that I might have actually, told before. But my sophomore year, I was actually cut from the JV football team. And I talked about how, I eventually worked hard and I made varsity a year later, and everyone cheered for me, and I'll never forget that. But I swear, that's one of the most disappointing, getting cut was one of the most disappointing moments of my life. And it took me many, many years to recover. In fact, I'm going to tell you the story of how I did eventually recover. Because I mentioned how back when I was in Horseheads, I was, depressed a lot. And I would act silly and do lots of stuff for validation. Shortly after I got out of college, I got into running again. And eventually, within the span of 4 years, I rode 4 100-mile bike rides for charity. And I ran 4 marathons. And during that third year of those 4 years, I feel as if I finally got my validation. Because for those who may or may not know, there was a legendary teacher at Horseheads named Brendan McCarthy, who was a great girls swimming coach who sadly passed away from ALS. In honor of him, they formed what was called the Lover Fighter 5K, which was Coach McCarthy's mentality. I'm both a lover and a fighter. I signed up for that 5K because for whatever reason it was in December of 2016. And, I actually was having a bad year in 2016. I had done the worst I ever done in a marathon. It was awful. But I wound up getting 3rd overall in that 5K. And remember, back when I was in Horseheads, I was a lineman. So yeah, a lineman who years later got 3rd in a 5K. That just goes to show you what hard work and making good choices will do for you. And that's nothing. Make good choices. And honestly, I do feel as if the icing on that cake, for me at least, was when I had gotten 3rd at that Lover Fighter 5K. And by the way, you Horseheads football players, get ready to laugh at this. I was given a medal that was put around my neck by one of the very assistant head coaches who had cut me years before. That coach is actually your head coach now. This is the part where you laugh, by the way. Don't worry, it's cool. Honestly, when you think about it, that's about as close as I could get to getting revenge that's in a non-threatening, non-violent way. Bro, I did it. It's cool. So we're cool. So, to the coaching staff, the Horseheads Blue Raiders football team, the Rowdy Raiders, everyone, stay safe. The weather's starting to get cold, so start bundling up. Make good choices throughout the week. Support one another. You got a big game ahead of you. And believe me, I'm going to be there next Friday night. Horseheads, colors and everything. Ready to go. Cheering on with all of you. I'm thinking about making a giant sign. Actually, you know what? Actually, I don't have I don't have anything to write on. But, hold on a minute. Actually, this is going to be really cool, actually. I just did this earlier. Because the keyboard, I need to type this down there. Hold on a second. See if I can type my password with my toes. Hey, cool, it worked. I just typed my password with my toes. That's awesome. I'm going to give each and every single one of you Horseheads Blue Raiders out there a message. I want this is going to be your hashtag for the next week. This is going to be your hashtag. One moment, please. By the way, I know a few of you Horseheads Blue Raiders are Dallas Cowboys fans. So, in honor of that, this is going to be your new hashtag for the week. That was awkward. Ow! Sorry, I dropped the bear. Hold on. All right. Okay, let's try this again. This should be your new hashtag for the week. Okay, hashtag finish this fight. Like, favorite, share, the subscribe button, find me, subscribe to our YouTube. I'm very humble in this video for all of you guys who are watching. Joe for him. Hopefully a wonderful, wonderful Saturday. Remember, you know, our Tiger always be here to land here. Always be back. Take care and make good choices. See ya.